Hey, how you doing? You're coming for a ride with me if you don't mind. Let me ask everybody one simple question. In the past 4 to 8 years, how many personal relationships, whether it's friends, family, boyfriend, girlfriend, spouse, whatever, how many personal relationships were negatively impacted by a difference of opinion? Nothing more than a difference of opinion. There's no other shinier example of this issue than politics. In the past, say, 8 years, how many friendships have ended? How many people did you used to inspire to be like and to respect in the highest way that was just destroyed because fighting for some political view just cost them all the respect you used to have? How many really good friendships were ended over something that came from the other side of the aisle? And the sad part, psychologically speaking, is the power that the thought of politics has evolved or devolved in people's priorities of feelings. Because when you break it down, we all know politicians are full of shit. All of them. They're full of shit. It's part of the job. The good politicians are less full of shit. And yes, I apologize, because there are politicians that aren't full of shit and are actually trying to get it done right. On both sides of the aisle. There's good people on both sides of the aisle. The bottom line is, we allow some narrative to take hold in our psyche that gets us angry because we have true beliefs. We believe passionately in certain things about how we want our lives to be, without recognizing that the people we're mad at probably agree with us 50 to 75% of the time. I don't think there's anybody in this country that doesn't want a better healthcare system. I don't think there's anyone in this country that doesn't think the education system is beyond screwed up. Even if it's just one way, two ways, it's just screwed up. I think it needs a whole entire reboot, just like the healthcare system. But the fact of the matter is, everyone also wants to earn a good wage while doing a job. I'm sure 99% of us can agree that a CEO of a company shouldn't make $50 million a year when their employees are making $15 an hour with 2 kids and have to work 3 jobs just to pay the bills. I'm sure 99% of us can recognize the imbalance in that. Now let's take all of that is 100% agreed upon both sides of the aisle. Almost every true patriot of America would agree on all that stuff. And I'm going out on a limb here, but I would venture to guess that most of us in this country don't agree with a person with an extremely violent past, with threats every day of driving a car through a crowd of people. Everything about them just screams like, this dude's going to go off one day, this girl's going to go off one day and kill people. Oh, by the way, here's your driver's license and a 2-ton automobile. Have a nice day. Just like everyone would agree that those same people shouldn't be given an AR-15 because they turned 18 years old. And it's not about the Second Amendment. It's about logic. You don't want dangerous people to have any guns, not much less a gun that could take out an entire school in less than 5 minutes. And if you disagree with that and you start going Second Amendment, shut the fuck up. It's not a Second Amendment issue. If you look at the black and the white of it, you've got a crazy person that should not have their hands on any firearms. You should stand up and say, hey, I agree. Don't give that dude any firearms. Don't give that crazy guy over there a car when he just said he's going to drive through a bunch of school children. It's common sense. It's not politics. So let's take everything that we absolutely agree on, put it in one big pile of the U.S. fucking A, America first, and then sprinkle in the 25% or whatever that we don't see eye to eye on. And we have to very carefully look at that 25% for what it actually is. We may agree on the theory of it and what the ultimate goal we want. We may all agree on that. We may not agree on how to get there. Okay, great. So let's take that 75% we started with and take that other 10% that we all agree on the final outcome. We just don't know how to get there on the same train. So now we're up to 85%. We're pretty unified as a country if we look at it that way, don't you think? And I don't care what color you are. I don't care what preference you are. I don't care anything about that. You be you. It's the United States, the armpit of America, the armpit of the world. And it's a beautiful thing. But you can't expect other people to jump through hoops because you say so. One singular person to me will never be a them. It just doesn't make sense. I get where they're coming from, but English 101. I'm sorry, I was taught that a long time ago. Do what you want to do. Don't force anyone else to do it with you. That's all. People are wondering why all this stuff is coming out like very predominantly now with like music videos and all this other stuff. It's because there's such a loud pushback against it. Remember back in the day when it didn't freaking matter? We didn't read into a movie with guys dressing up as girls like Robin Williams and people like that. It was a show. It was entertainment. That's all. No one thought for a second that, can't let this person watch this movie or the Birdcage or whatever because, then they'll be gay. Shut up. I just don't understand how we can agree on so much and just throw very meaningful, loving relationships that made all of our lives better. Just discard them so easily because you find out someone's political views are on the other side of the aisle. That's pathetic. You call yourself a patriot, you call yourself a friend, even if the relationship stayed the same, but you know that person discarded other people because of politics, do you really feel comfortable about them saying you're their friend? It sounds pretty disposable to me. So if friends are that worthless, what good is the title? Let's start looking at what's best for our country. Let's start looking at the 85% that we all agree with. And if you want to fight about something, be passionate about something, fight about how to get there with the rest of the 15%. Fight about that. Everything else, kumbaya, patriots. Kumbaya. Oh, the most important part of this, all those people that you shit all over and treated like crap because they were liberals or Republicans or whatever, get your head out of your ass. Build that bridge again. Because you blew up a very important part of your life over people we all know are full of shit. Use logic, people. We're in this together. Every color, even the rainbow. Alright? Wake up, accept each other, be kind to each other. Let's truly put America first. And if you're diehard set against having some disruptor that pisses people off, awesome. Find another asshole. This country's full of them. Preferably one without such scrutiny surrounding them. Thank you. God bless you. And God bless this already amazing country we all are blessed to live in.